Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to AAA Membership Pays for Itself when you're a Hertz customer. I am Patty Artessa, the Director of Public and Government Affairs for AAA Northeast. I would like you to welcome our audience to this webinar, which will be an informative presentation on our AAA Hertz member benefits. The webinar will be recorded. We will also have time at the end of the webinar for a question and answer session. With us today is Mike Rotendo, who is the Manager Director for Travel Administration at AAA Northeast. And we also have Stacy Harper, who is our Oneida Branch Manager at AAA Northeast as well. As some of you may know, there are many advantages to having a AAA membership, including the benefits and savings when renting a vehicle through the Hertz team. Today, you will learn how Hertz can help you as you plan your summer road trip. I know everyone's excited to get out there on the road. After this 15-month stretch of COVID. So again, please contact Hertz. Our first panelist is Mike Rotendo. Mike was raised on Long Island, New York, and went to college upstate at SUNY New Paltz. Mike is happily married and has 3 great children. They're all boys. Mike has been employed with AAA for many years, 30 plus. He's worked in roadside assistance, travel branches, and call centers and travel sales. Mike has also been working with Hertz via AAA for nearly 29 years. What Mike likes best about his job is the people. And Mike has stated, I work with our suppliers, who I call our partners, and of course, our members. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you. I just can't thank you guys enough, and it's my pleasure to be here today. I can't work with a better group of individuals than yourself, Patty and Stacy, so thank you guys very much. I am very fortunate to work for such an amazing organization like AAA for nearly 30 years now, and we partner with great companies such as Hertz. And as Patty said, I'm here today to talk about AAA and Hertz member benefits that will save you, our valued AAA members, time and money. And along the way, I'll also provide some trends and tips to help navigate you through the summer road trips that I think we're all planning to do this summer. So without further ado, let's start with a little history between these two. Let's just start with a little history between these two great companies. Go back. I like that Jeep on the water there. That's all. Collectively, 222 collective years together in the industry. AAA started in 1902. Hertz started in 1918. That's some powerhouses right there. AAA and Hertz partnerships began in 1978, which was 43 years ago. In 1993, Hertz became AAA's exclusive car rental partner. And then in 1998, the program expanded to include off-airport rental locations, which are the HLEs that Stacy will be talking about later. That provided us further opportunities to assist members within our own neighborhoods, because the HLEs are located throughout our neighborhoods. In 2013, Hertz added the Dollar Thrifty brands to their portfolio, which gave us even more product in the industry. Today, the AAA Hertz partnership provides a comprehensive and competitive member savings and benefits packages to all our members for all their car rental needs. Now let's take a look at the wide variety of cars that are available at most Hertz locations. Now, slide. So the fleet technology that they have, Hertz, like any car rental company, replenishes their fleets, which is fantastic. What's really great about getting new cars in their fleet is that you have the ability to test out some of the newest technological advances in the systems that the cars have. For example, smartphone integration, satellite radio, built-in navigation systems. And there's great advanced safety technologies that are in these cars nowadays too, such as the blind spot monitors, cross traffic alert, and lane departure warnings, automatic parking, which is kind of cool. And 100% of the fleet in 2020 and 2021 cars are equipped with backup cameras. So looking at the next slide shows you just a little array of what Hertz rents. For the most part, it's a lot of SUVs, full-size, mid-size, and compact cars, but there are obviously minivans, convertibles, and other cars available. They have a range of manufacturers, so it's not just one company. They have GM, Nissan, Chrysler, Ford, and Toyota topping off the top 5 list. And what I find interesting is their average age of fleet is just about 1 year. So they consistently turn over their cars to get the best in the industry whenever they can. They try not to hold on to cars for too long, and the average mileage is about 19,000 miles. So that's pretty good. Let's take a look at the next slide. It tells you some of the other cars. Most of the commonly rented cars that we see and that we rent are compact to full-size cars. It includes SUVs, also includes some hybrids, minivans, convertibles, all-terrain vehicles, sedans, trucks, vans, just about everything. But this slide shows us some of the exotic cars that they have as well. Dream cars, which it features Porsches, BMWs, Jaguars, Land Rovers. The Prestige collection has cool cars such as the BMWs, Cadillacs, and Lincolns. But one of my favorites, my personal favorites, is the Adrenaline cars. The Adrenaline cars have Camaros, Corvettes, Dodge Challengers, and the Mustangs. The Adrenaline collections, to me, gives us the chance to relive the 60s and 70s, the muscle car era. It's reminiscent of the good old days for some of us, anyway. So,
and you know what, Mike, I can agree with that, because what happened with us, we had a wedding out west, and my husband did rent, of course, from Hertz, and it was a convertible. And, you know, where else can you go, especially when you're in LA? So that's perfect. And I was also going to mention that Stacy and I, that's how we always pick out our next car that we're going to get, by what we rent from the Hertz fleet and which one we like best. No, we've tried that one. No, we tried this one. And this is really the one that fits me perfect. So you hit it right on the nail.
yeah, and that's a great point you bring up, Patty, because, you know, one of the first times I rented a car when I got into the industry, I took a familiarization trip out west to Bryan and Zeiss National Parks, and I went to Las Vegas, and there's a lot of driving on the open roads. And typically, you know, back then I didn't have, still don't have much money, and always, you know, trying to get the best value that we had. But when I rented out there, I said, listen, we got to get a convertible. It was the best money I ever spent. Why would you drive on those beautiful roads without seeing everything that's out there? So, you know, it's a great point you bring up, because depending on your trip and what you're doing, me personally, if I'm going on a family vacation, I try to get a car that's a little nicer or a little different than the one I have, to test it out, to see what technology is out there and what kind of car and how they drive. So I tried a lot of these. I didn't go through the whole gamut, but I did try the Challenger. It has a lot of pickup for fuel injection. It's amazing. I really love it. So as you can see, there's a full array of cars really to please everybody's appetite there. All right, so now some AAA travel predictions. More than 47 million people will drive or fly this Independence Day. Of that 47 million, 43.6 are expected to travel by car. This is a 40% increase over last year. While all modes of travel will increase demand this Independence Day, road trips continue to dominate continue to dominate. And despite all the highest gas prices in almost 7 years, more than 91% of the holiday travel will be by car. So as I said, 43.6 million Americans will drive to their destination this weekend, which is the highest on record for this holiday, and 5% more than the previous record, which was set in 2019. There's so much to be excited about in July.
Amazing numbers. It is truly unbelievable.
Yeah, people definitely want to get back to travel and start making some memories. So whether you're part of the 47 million traveling this weekend, or you plan to do something later in the summer, I want to share some trends and traveling tips on how we can make that better and more valuable for you. So next slide. Some recent car rental trends that we're seeing right now. The majority of car rental bookings are made and traveled within 1 month. People are renting larger cars than they have typically done in the past. They're renting for longer periods of time. People are getting creative with airport or HLE locations to try to find the right car at the right place for them. There's no doubt that travel is rebounding at this point, and demand will outpace the supply. So the bigger issue is making sure that the cars are available for you when you need them. So the number one tip that I have for you right now is book now, book early. As soon as you know when you're ready for your trip, book it as soon as possible so you can lock in the type of car and the location that you're interested in. All right, so let's take a look at the top 10 car rental destinations. Number 10, the Atlanta Airport. Number 9, I did it backwards, the Phoenix Sky Airport. San Francisco, Denver Airport, Tampa Airport, LA Airport, and Fort Myers, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Palm Beach, Florida, and Orlando. So as you can see, you know, the first 6 were all at airport locations. Then the top 4 locations were at HLE locations. So consider an HLE when making a reservation. There are thousands of locations throughout the country, and it could be an option to get the car that you're looking for. Remember, demand is high and supply is low at times, especially in these top destinations that are out there. And why is the supply low? Well, much of that has to do with the rental car shortages that were caused by the semiconductor chips shortage. So apparently these chips are in high demand for so many products that we use every day, including cars. So it is best to plan ahead. So with a high demand and a low supply, it's not uncommon to see higher prices as well. So don't be too surprised by some sticker shock. It could be up to 40 to 60%, even more in some locations. But that's not stopping a lot of people. We're still seeing a lot of people getting in their cars and driving.
Mm-hmm. And you know what else, Mike? I just wanted to mention the HLE, for those that are not familiar with it, it's a Hertz local edition. So because it's not located at the airport, it may be off-site. And that's also where you can rent the vehicles, just like what we have now down in Oneonta, New York. So I did want to mention that.
Yeah, it's a great point. The HLEs are a great alternative to airports, and it's in the neighborhoods, and you get the same service as anywhere else, if not better. I mean, Stacy manages it. How much better can you get than that?
Exactly, so I agree on that point.
I'll give you some traveling tips. This is one I mentioned a few times because it is so important. Number one travel tip is reserve your car rental early, as there is limited availability, especially in some hot spots that we just mentioned. So plan and reserve your car ahead of time. Usually when you make a hotel or air reservation, sometimes people wait for the car rental to make that reservation. You really should make it as soon as you know what you're looking to do to make sure that you can lock in the type of car that you're interested in. Prepay if possible. There are prepay options. They offer reduced pricing at times, but it also may help hold your car rental for if you have unexpected delays when picking it up as well. So it's a good option there. Reserve a car outside of the high locations. That's what Patty was just talking about as well. The HLE locations are a great opportunity. Number 4, become a member of the Hertz Gold Plus Rewards loyalty program. This is one of my favorites, and I'll talk more about that on a slide later on. Number 5, the use of the digital tour book. So the digital tour book available on the smartphone, tablet, desktop, the new interactive guides feature detailed destination information and must-see attractions with sample itineraries and so much more. These digital tour books is where tradition meets technology. AAA is moving away from the traditional tour books, the paper tour books, and going towards the digital. And it has so much more information on it. You can access the trusted AAA travel content in a digital format, and it's on the go. It's always with you. You have every book throughout the country, and it's not loading down your car. So there's so many benefits to this. One of the best ones is it's never outdated. As soon as there's an update, if a hotel changes an amenity or something like that, it's updated, and you don't have to wait for the printed tour books to come out. So that's a great benefit. 6 and 7, use a travel advisor, especially with AAA. Use a AAA travel advisor. They can help inform you and educate you on the benefits. We have a lot of programs out there. We have Smart Depart, where our travel agents were certified so that they can counsel you on the best travel and safety practices that you have to help navigate you on all the guidelines that are out there. Number 8, use your member reward Visa card. Another one of my favorites, and I have a separate slide for that later on, so I'll go into more detail on that. And number 9, in summary, book now, book early, pay early, purchase insurance, and be flexible. Travel is definitely exploding. We're seeing it in all the numbers, and it's going to be beyond anything we've ever seen before. All right, so now let's go to the next slide, and this is a summer road trip benefit, and there's a lot of member benefits with this. You see, Shell gas station offers 5 cents off per gallon for every fill up. Hertz, I just went through all of that benefits, which is fantastic. But another big one is the AAA member reward Visa card that's out there, and that's something that even if you rent a car and you utilize that, it has collision damage waiver that's on there as well for your rent-a-car. It's secondary insurance to whatever you have currently, and it covers the value of the car for the most part. Restrictions always apply, but I always recommend that you call your AAA member rewards credit card prior to renting any vehicle to inquire about the specific coverages related to your rental. Now, if you don't have a AAA member reward Visa card, no worries. You can apply today and be eligible for a $200 statement credit offer. That offer's out there for this July, so starting tomorrow. Okay,
That
next
is
slide.
a big one. $200 credit. That's amazing.
For
And one
all
thing
new
I did want to mention, just given the list that you gave, if for some reason your flight is delayed or you've had some unforeseen situation, just make sure you call the Hertz number to let them know that you will be delayed from what you originally told them your arrival time would be, so that they're sure to hold that vehicle for you.
Good tip. All right, AAA member benefits. These are things we negotiated and worked with Hertz. These are exclusive to AAA members. Up to 20% off base rates. There are special discounts for weekends, weekly rates, monthly rates, dollars off, free days, all sorts of things that are out there. So there's also, those benefits are inherent to the program that we have, AAA and Hertz together. The no charge for additional driver, that's a big one. When renting your car, you may want to share the driving responsibility. So when you pick up your car, you can, if you have another driver with you, you provide their driver's license, they provide their driver's license, and they can be added on as an additional driver without having to pay for it. That's about a $67 savings per week on that. The free use of the child seat, you know, that I've used that when my kids were younger, and that's a huge one because you don't have to lug your own car seat, you don't have to pay for it. But for me, it was more bringing that clunky car seat along with me that I didn't have to do so. But it also saves you some money as well. For a weekly rental, that's about a $70 savings. And there's also no young renters fees any longer. That was waived recently, and it's a big savings of about $145 for a weekly rental. Skip the counter and the Gold Plus. That's one of my favorites. I'll talk about that a little bit more in the next couple of slides. 10% prepaid fuel. Now, when you rent a car, there's a few options that you have with it. You can either, and to each his own. It depends on, you know, how you're renting your car, if it's for business or pleasure, where you are. So any one of these options would work differently depending on the situation you're in. You could either elect Hertz to refuel at the fixed price per gallon, or you can have refuel the tank prior to your return. So if you know that there's a gas station right by the airport where you're going, you may choose to do that so you can pay it and fill it up right before you return it. Or, and this is the AAA member benefit, if you're not sure and you want to prepay your fuel option, you pay for the entire tank and you can return it at any level that you have. So you can get it at full and return it at empty. And then the 50% off satellite radio. I like satellite radio, especially when I rent outside my territory. I can never find the local radio stations that I like, or talk radio, or whatever it is. So having satellite radio is helpful, so you can find your favorite radio stations. And that's a savings.
I agree with that one, Mike. I agree 100% with that one because it is difficult. I know when we travel from here, from Utica, even when we went to Garden City or now going up to Providence or Connecticut, it's like you're trying to focus on the road, but it's like, give me good tunes here. So I do like the satellite.
Yeah, it's a great benefit. I love it too. All right, so these AAA benefits can add up to a lot of savings. So I just rattled them off, but this slide here shows you what that is for an average. I just did an example here of a weekly rental with all those things we talked about. The car seat is about $70. The additional driver would be about $67 if you weren't a AAA member. The satellite radio would be about $12.50. The young renter would be about $145. So that doesn't even include the discount you get for, you know, the daily, weekly, monthly, whatever rental you have. So up to that 20% that you would get off that rental as well. So those savings do add up, and that's really the point of the benefits. Yeah, you let the AAA membership work for you to pay the benefits of the card. Okay. So next slide, and this is the one I alluded to earlier. That is one of my favorite benefits, is the Hertz Gold Plus rewards. When you become a member of this program with Hertz, you can get faster, safer, and easier experience when you're picking up your car. It's a touchless pickup and drop-off location. You can skip the counter and the drop-off. Hertz will email you the receipt. You can earn points, free rentals, and upgrades. The more you rent, the more you earn. You see your name in lights at some of the airports. When you go there, it'll tell you your name and where you need to go. And what I like about it, what I said earlier, is it sends you to a section of whatever type car you rented, and you can pick out the car that you want. If you want a gray car, if you wanted, you know, a certain type of car, you can pick out any car you want in that section and just drive off the lot with it. So it's pretty good. So if you're not a member of this now, you can join the Hertz Gold Plus Reward Program and start earning the benefits now. So a AAA counselor can help you out with it, or you can go to our website. And that's it. You know, in conclusion, I just wanted to thank you all for listening to me and hearing about the AAA and Hertz benefits that we have to offer here at AAA. We're entitled, and it's part of your membership, so please utilize it for all it's worth. And now I'd like to hand it back over to Patty and Stacy.
Thank you so much, Mike. You really gave valuable information there, and I can't agree with you more. I love walking into an airport and seeing my name up there and knowing right directly where to go. And they are very flexible. Like you said, if you don't want that one, you go to the next one. So it's nice to pick out what your needs are at that particular moment. So thank you again. So our next panelist today is Stacy Harper. Stacy has been working for AAA for 15 years, with the most recent 10 years at AAA Northeast, and previously with AAA Mid-Atlantic. Stacy has various branch positions, has held them throughout her career, and now she oversees the AAA Oneonta and Hertz branch. So she's fortunate right now that she has that right inside her beautiful brand new branch. They have a Hertz where you can come in every day, rent a car Monday through Friday. It's phenomenal. And they do generate a lot of business there because of the colleges and so on and so forth that are nearby. Stacy enjoys being busy at work with assisting with Hertz. And I'm telling you, she gets right out there. She cleans the cars, she vacuums them, no matter what the weather is. And she has a team there down in Oneonta that's phenomenal. She also participates in club committees and working with our AAA members. Outside of work, Stacy likes the outdoors. She loves to go kayaking. She's a runner, and she loves trying new recipes in the kitchen and spending time with her family, which is her husband and her brand new 1-year-old daughter. So welcome, Stacy. I'm so happy to have you here.
Well, thank you. Hi, everyone. We're so glad you joined us. Mike gave some great information, so we truly hope that you're able to utilize the benefits of this great relationship that we have with Hertz. And as Patty said, I'm the branch manager for the Oneonta, New York location, where we're actually a little unique, as she mentioned. On our next slide, you'll see. This is how we're unique. AAA employees with Hertz fleet through the Oneonta local edition, which makes us 100% different. So as Patty also mentioned, a Hertz location just simply means it's a location that's not at the airport. Most times there will be a Hertz local edition near you, since there's over 3,000 locations nationwide. And you definitely are able to get substantial savings at these off-airport locations. So it's definitely worth looking into. If you go to our next thing, we're going to watch a short video about how renting at the Oneonta location actually happens.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Hertz. Do you have a reservation?
I do. Last name Rowe.
Okay. Driver's license and your credit or debit.
All right. I am also a AAA member, so give me that. And I have a debit card and I have my AAA Visa card. Is there any benefits to using one or the other?
So with the debit card, you are subject to a credit check, and it's a $500 security deposit.
Okay.
And the AAA Visa Rewards credit card is a $200 security deposit, and the lost damage waiver is included with the credit card.
I did not know that one was that one.
Okay, how are you today?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Thank you. Once it prompts you to, go ahead and insert that into the chip reader right there.
Okay.
And you still currently at the 762 State Highway 28?
Yes, I am.
And your phone number?
607-433-8755.
And your email.
nrowe@aaanortheast.com.
Okay. Put you in little Chevy Trax today.
Thank you.
And let's see, also insurance included, so no. So you have it for the 1 day with tax. Insurance is included, so it's $100. The $200 security deposit, so $300 is holding on your card. When you return the vehicle, the $200 will get released, and then you'll get charged your amount. Okay?
Perfect.
Once that prompts you to, you can go ahead, once it beeps, you can go ahead and take it out. And it's gonna ask for your signature. Go ahead and sign. And we'll go out to the car, take a quick walk around, make sure everything looks good.
Perfect. Thank you, Victoria. That was very easy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I apologize right here because we are having a major thunderstorm here. It is hailing. So I'm glad I was on mute.
All
Go
right,
ahead,
excellent. So as you see, that was quick and easy. So just a simple couple questions, show your ID, and you're all set. That's what's nice also about the local editions. And that's just one of the various things that we do there. On the slide presented here is our resume that we've put together. You'll see our profile, again, staffed with just AAA employees. We have great convenient hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So all the folks that are working at 9 a.m. to 5, you can come and get your car beforehand. We also do have the convenience of a drop box, which allows you to be able to put your keys into the drop box when we're not there after hours, and we'll be able to return the vehicle at the time that you returned it. Our contact information is below as well. And our education, as we like to say, is some of the things that we have learned along the way. Hertz prides itself on a lot of various components of their rentals. Our experience we have listed there as well, and our fleet especially. Mike previously mentioned the types of vehicles that Hertz has to offer. Our specific location offers your typical sedans, SUVs, minivans, and even cargo vans, which is a new thing for Hertz this year. Occasionally we'll get the Challenger and the Chargers, Mike, so we'll let you know when those come in. But it's not very often, but on occasion we do get some excitement there with them. So we have some experience in some local business contracts, leisure rentals, including AAA, and many other membership plans. We also process insurance replacement rentals, which are only offered at your local edition for when your car is out of commission. And you'll also see that our full service car rental agency, we handle all of the basic maintenance needs with Mr. Tire, which is our local repair shop. We clean, we sanitize, and wash all of the vehicles with the 15-point cleaning process to maintain the Hertz Gold standard of clean. And as AAA members, of course, you not only do receive the benefits that Mike mentioned, but you'll also be assisted with the totally satisfied service that is the expectations of AAA. So if you swing over to our next slide, please. This is part of the Hertz 15-point cleaning process. Most of these steps were completed prior to the pandemic outbreak, but additional steps were added to the process based on CDC guidelines to ensure customer and employee safety. That's always a big question that we have coming in. And some of these steps include disinfecting the interior, vacuuming the interior and the trunk, filling the windshield wiper fluid, inspecting the tires, removing trash and lost and found items, cleaning the interior windows, reviewing and replacing motor vehicle documents, and washing the outside. These are all standard between both airport and local edition Hertz rental locations. So you should be going and expecting to get a nice clean new vehicle. On our next slide, I'll chat with you about our leisure rentals. We offer excellent rates, many types of vehicles, convenient hours, weekend dropbacks, as I added for the added convenience when we're closed, and add-ons such as the fuel purchase option, insurance, Sirius XM, and so on. We assist our local residents along with our guests from around the U.S. who visit the Cooperstown baseball parks and Hall of Fame visits. These rentals can be picking up and dropping off at our location, or picking up and dropping off at a different location with a one-way. We're also able to accommodate our Hertz Gold customers who fly into our small Oneonta Municipal Airport via private jet. We process the paperwork ahead of time, and we have the car delivered and waiting for them. Again, very convenient. On our next slide, did you know, as Mike mentioned, most of our fleet out on rent this time are SUVs. A lot of our customers are renting the larger vehicles. We've been noticing that the price difference between a small vehicle and an SUV is very, very slim. We do know that space and convenience nowadays, and a lot of people are taking the road trips. National parks, like mentioned, is a huge thing this year. So a lot of the vehicles for the added comfort are SUVs. So learn something new. But unfortunately, not everything in life is fun and games. But we're here to help with that too, not only as AAA, but also with Hertz. Insurance replacements, again, are what make a local edition different than an airport location. They can only be handled by the off-airport locations. So after you call AAA for roadside assistance, give us a call for availability to pick up a rental so you can keep going without interruption. We work with many insurance companies, both locally and nationwide, as you see listed. These are just a few of the ones that we actually work with. There are several others that are not listed. We handle everything with a direct bill reservation, which means that you only pay the difference of the price of the vehicle plus your small deposit, and the insurance companies pick up the rest with the incredibly low contracted rates. We have close relationships with these insurance companies and local area body shops, so we can at least make the process after an accident as easy as possible. And we've got some trivia on our next slide. What member benefit is used the most at the Oneonta local edition? No charge for the additional driver. As Mike mentioned, each day it's approximately $3 plus to add on the additional driver. You have it for a while, that kind of adds up, especially if you have a group of people going for a girls' weekend. It adds up when you add on more than one driver. So again, you learned something new today. Okay, so on our next slide, Hertz offers great rates with hundreds of corporate discount programs. Military, CSEA, State of New York, and State Troopers are a few examples at both airport and local editions. Our particular location has great relationships with the colleges in Oneonta, which is the State University of New York, and Hartwick College, along with the Department of Health. We can offer highly discounted contract rates to the employees of these establishments. And by showing your work ID, you're able to reserve these rates and other benefits based on the contract plan. So lastly, for the Oneonta local edition slide, whether you're traveling internationally, domestically, or just around home, don't forget about the wide variety of options with Hertz and your exclusive member benefits. So we hope to see you soon.
Thank you very much, Stacy. Again, you guys do a phenomenal job down there. I'm very impressed with the service that you provide and your staff there, between Vicki, Nicole. I mean, you really knock it out of the park. So we do thank you for everything that you do. Right now, we do have a few questions that came in. And the first question is regarding the digital tour book. Are they available now? And if so, how do I access them? Mike or Stace, you want to answer?
I'll take it. Yep, that's a great question. Thank you. The digital tour books are, you can go to a branch and they can show you the QC code that you can scan on your phone, and then you'd have access to it all. Or you could just go to our website at tourbook, TOURBOOK, tourbook.AAA.com, and you'll be able to access it that way as well. So you have all the books all at once with that link.
And that is such a great that resource, the new tour books, the digital. I can't tell you enough how remarkable they are and how much more information is there available at your access. So again, try, even if you're not planning a trip right now, go on tourbook.AAA.com just to check it out. You will be impressed. Okay, another question came in. I believe this one's for you, Mike. What is the best way to talk to a travel agent?
Yeah, our advisors are really there. There's a bunch of ways that you can reach out to them. You can call them, you can visit one of the locations. One of the ways I recommend, though, is just to set an appointment. That's the best way to do it. So you know your time is allotted, and it'll minimize waits in the offices as well. So the best way to do that is there's a link for that as well, that you can just schedule whatever branch you want to go to and at what time. It's at AAA.com/travel advisor.
Yep.
Travel advisor.
Very good. Yes, it's travel advisor. So that has all been updated. So great.
I think it's actually
the next question.
Travel agent. I'm sorry. It's AAA.com/agent.
Okay. Next question. What do you allow for mileage, or is it unlimited?
I'll take that one. that one's a very common question that we're asked. Hertz used to, along with many other car rental companies, used to charge per mile. There used to be great offers out there if you had just a very simple mileage. Now we've just made it even easier. It's unlimited miles. Go ahead and drive in and out of Canada. Unfortunately, you can't drive to Mexico. We would suggest flying. The Hertz cars don't go into Mexico, but you have unlimited miles to take here, there, and everywhere, all over the U.S. and Canada.
That's fantastic. And that's what I do sometimes, because I lease a vehicle, and sometimes if I know I'm going to Hilton Head or Florida or wherever, and I know I'm driving, I rent miles on their car versus my car. So it's great that it's unlimited. How much of a discount with AAA? That was a question that just came in.
Sure, I can take that one again as well. The Hertz and AAA, with the relationship, we offer up to actually a 20% discount. A lot of discounts do authorize 10%. It's a very common percent through other discount company plans. We offer the 10% for a lot of the basic cars, but we also offer up to 20%. So it really adds up.
It does. Okay, another question. Do the vehicles have Easy Pass?
I'm going to
You
take
wanna
that one
take
too.
that, Stace?
Sorry, Mike. Actually, there's a couple of different options. As we know, a lot of vehicles are staffed with the Easy Pass. A lot of people have their own transponders, which do work in your vehicles as well. And we also are seeing a lot of the tolls going cashless and just using the transponders. So if you don't have a transponder, Hertz does provide one. It's through a company called Plate Pass. There's a $5.95 per day used, not per amount of times used. So say you go through a toll 3 times in the one day, it's per day used. Or what typically happens is we are phasing that out slowly. A picture of the license plate's just taken. You take a picture of that, track it back to your contract, and the toll plaza charges it about 2 or 3 weeks later, and it gets charged to your Hertz account and the credit card that you have on file, and then you're all set.
Wow, that's seamless. That's very impressive. Okay, Mike, you can take this one. My child is under 25. Can they drive?
No, let Stacy take it. She's doing good at these.
Okay.
Yep, we actually, there are a couple of things. Mike did mention that the AAA Young Driver fee is waived for 20 to 24. Otherwise, if you're not a AAA member utilizing your discount for your car rental, it's a $19 per day fee for 20 to 24 and $52 per day for 18 to 19-year-olds. So maybe hold off on the keys for the younger ones, and the older ones, just get them set up with AAA. It's worth it.
Definitely worth it. Another question, can I have a second driver, which I think we did mention that earlier.
We did. You certainly can. You can add on up to 4 additional drivers. I don't think I mentioned that. And if you have an insurance replacement, again, which is near and dear to us, we live in upstate New York with a whole lot of deer and a whole lot of really cold winter days. So insurance replacements are very popular through your insurance companies. And with Hertz, it's been worked out that anyone on the policy is authorized to drive without an additional fee. So at least, again, that part of an accident's a little bit easier, but you can add on for a leisure rental up to 4 drivers.
And I have experienced that, hitting a deer on my way down to Oneonta. So, and you guys were wonderful. You did set me up with a beautiful SUV till my car was repaired. So again, this has been a great webinar. Thank you to our audience for your great questions. I would like personally to thank Mike and Stacy for your informative presentation. You were wonderful to work with. A huge shout out to Mark Shieldrop, our behind the scenes assistant, and also a shout out to Janet Brown and Shawnee Jarvis, my co-workers, for helping with the invitations and making this webinar possible. Again, thank you. Please be sure to visit AAA.com. And for AAA Northeast, I'm Patty Artessa. Have a great day, everyone. And please stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.